Good morning and a very warm welcome to Village Travels on Facebook and on YouTube. We're on, I think it's Tuesday the 4th of, it's Tuesday the 4th of February, of course. We got rid of January, got that out of the way. We've moved, obviously, down the coast from, where were we? Benicassim, beg your pardon, Benicassim. I've been saying Benicassim all this time, and it's actually Benicassim. We've moved down to Cambrils, basically, further down, about 150 kilometres down the coast. We've come to La Llosa, camping La Llosa. We've actually done the turnaround. It's down a one-way street. Found it easy enough with the sat-nav. There's the site. There is a cash machine here. I've been into town to get some money out. Quite a big site, this. Supermarket reception. As you come through the gate, you come through the left-hand side, it suddenly changes into like the UK, driving on the left-hand side. It's a bit strange, but it's how it's figured. You come through the gate, they open the barrier, and you park here and then go back to the reception, which is there. Easy enough, yeah. We've got super duper pitch. It turned out quite expensive, to be honest with you. Supermarket, there's not a lot in the supermarket. There is a Spar just down the road. We went to Aldi before we came. As you can see in front of me, the bar is shut and the restaurant's shut, which I was a bit disappointed about, really, because the site is quite full. There's a lovely swimming pool, but of course it's not open. There is a campsite down the road called Camping Jones, and their bar and restaurant are open on Monday, so we might have a wobble down there and with a view to next year. But this is a beautiful site, it really is. I'll show you the swimming pool through the bars, possibly. There's a swimming pool, they're just washing it and doing all sorts. So I wouldn't be surprised if that opens. There's like log cabins here and all sorts of variations of pitches. We're just here on the right hand side. To my left, just after the swimming pool, is a gorgeous shower block. It really is. Obviously I don't go in the shower blocks, but it looks like it's fairly new. I find it strange that there's only 2 Elson points for the whole site, and it is quite a big site. Some 200 pitches, I would think. As you see in front of me, there's the shower block, and it's a bit strange, really. There you go, look. That's the washroom area. Also, there's a motorhome service area with the Elson point in the bottom corner. Again, a bit strange with the drive up to there, but I suppose to do with drainage. Quite a bit of work going on the site. Those are a selection of pitches down there. Goes on for quite a way back to the main road. And I would assume long-term pitches as well to my right hand side. These are the full service pitches, the super duper pitches, superior pitches as they call them, but you're talking €38 a night. It is expensive, but you know, we got parked up and then a great big German motorhome come and parked next door to us and blocked all the sunlight out, which wasn't very sociable, but these things happen. He only stopped tonight and cleared off. And then we got the French guy, well, he's actually English. Here's our Billy on pitch 503. As usual, the drainage is higher than the tank on the motorhome. I do wish they'd try and keep them lower. As you say, we've had all sorts of ways of trying to... I've got some spikes that go in the ground that hold the pipes up, but of course I left them at home. It's usual. I'm just going to get the key. As you see, it's wash day. Lovely washing machines here. You either it's either cash or card. All the washing machines full. A German lady came in and shoved hers in the card machine, and she didn't have a card with her. So Diane paid for hers, and she toddled off and got Diane the euros. Bless her. So as I say, there's only 2, 4, 6, 12 full service pitches, super pitches on this level, and then you drop down onto the level. Of course, electric is included. We have our own shower block here, which is quite nice and tidy. I had a shower in there last night. It was all right. Plenty of hot water when you get it when you work it all out. And it's strolling down here towards the beach. I'll just show you basically where we're heading to the beach. We had a mooch about the other night and a ride out on the bikes. It's quite cycle friendly, but there's a steep ramp and some steps to get down to the streets that go onto the beach. As you can see, possibly over that hedge there, you can see the Mediterranean to boot. There's not a lot of places open. There's quite a few cafes and that open, but again they close at sort of 5 o'clock time, and then reopen again at 8, which we found that in France, and we found that in the rest of Spain as well. But it's all right. We've booked an extra 2 days here because of course we're not going on to Barcelona, and then we're heading towards Santander via Zaragoza for a ferry on the 19th and back to the UK. I'm just making plans as well to return to the Isle of Man to do some work, but that will all be in due course as we go. Another washroom here, and the other Elson Point toilet, Elson Point. There's again, there we go, that's looking back. You see quite a long avenue of motorhomes and caravans. I did see an English couple with a caravan and a Volvo, a long way from home. When you book in, you pay a deposit for a pass for the gates. You don't use this at the front where we've just been. It's only at the back as you go down towards the beach, of which I'll show you here. And obviously you get your €5 back when you give them the card back. We had a walk out last night and a couple of beers at the first cafe that you come to, and here we are. Card goes in there. And there we go. There's a lot of parrots about here, we noticed, around our pitch, and I assume they're coming for the berries off the trees. And there was a, I don't know, it was a parrot or it was on this house on the left hand side here, whistling it as we came past the other day. So we had a decent run down from Benicassim. The engine management light came on, of course. Again, I knocked it off. Then we filled up with fuel and gas just out of town, and it went off again for a couple of miles and then came back on again. It went off on its own, which I found was a bit strange, but the motorhome's running perfectly. Topped up with diesel and gas already, so on that Friday morning, it is Friday the 14th, Valentine's Day, of course. I'm treating my good lady to a 400-kilometre drive. There's some nice flats here as well, as we've looked around. It's quite nice. A nice cycle path along the front, which I'll show you briefly. I had a ride into town to the bank to get some money out, as I've said, and had a coffee overlooking the harbour, which is quite nice. I'll probably do another blog about Cambrils itself after we finish this introduction, really. a lot of building work going on all over the place, but I suppose they're getting ready for the season. We said we'll have a paddle in the Med while we're here. Seems the beach is so close. There you are, there's the beach. Yeah, we thought we'd have a paddle in the Med because we haven't had one, and I don't think you can go without having a toe in the water, as you say. I noticed there is a happy train, obviously not running this time of year. That's looking over to Cambrils. Round there, the cycle path goes all the way round to the harbour. Opposite the harbour is where all the coffee shops and restaurants are. There's a pharmacy just here and a coffee shop next door where we go. That's open till about 7:30 on the night. Do tapas and bits and pieces. And then just looking round, going up the other way, that's where Camping Jones is, around that corner. I'll do a little blog from there. We might have a look at that in possibly for next year. And the mountains away in the distance. Yeah, it's lovely. It's I would think it's about 16, 17 degrees. It got to 19 yesterday. But yesterday morning I noticed it was 8 degrees in Douglas and we only had 6 here. It does get cold on a night here, I will say that. But yeah. I don't know if it's picking the waves up rather than my dulcet tones. The sound of the Mediterranean. Lovely. First time I've been on the beach while I've been here. Beach Douglas Prom and the beach at Hornsey or Bridlington or even Scarborough. I'm sure that sounds better than me. Right, I'll have a pleasant stroll back up. I might have we'll walk along the beach a bit and we'll go back in the other entrance up the steps. It's only just here where that big post is. So I'll take you along the beach for a bit, hey? Seems I haven't seen you for a while. Nice beach apartments as well, these. Very nice. I know when we looked in, where was it? Opera Sea, where we went on the push bikes at Benicassim. There was a few of the flats for sale there. But Diane was talking to somebody and he paid quite a lot of for some reason she was saying that the price of the property is double for us, tax or something, I don't know. It's not something I've been to. I don't think it would be nice, but Brexit, I'm afraid, has just put the kibosh on all that sort of thing, I'm afraid, and I'm too long in the tooth for that. Billy or whatever does me for now, and we've just got to go with the flow for our 3 months of sunshine in the winter and a little bit in the summer. That's how it is, I'm afraid, nowadays. Street cleaners. I noticed there's quite a lot of dog mess about. They're not as good as we are in the UK. I noticed there's a bit of wild camping going along. There was some just here. I don't know if it's allowed or not. There was a couple of panel vans parked here the other day overnight. But, I can imagine in the summer it gets very busy. As usual, you bike into town and there's a dried up river that comes across, and the cycle lane suddenly stops and goes over the bridge, and then it just disappears into town. So you're left with no cycle path. You're either on the pavement or you're on the road and you don't know what to do. Typical Spanish. As I say, up here there's another supermarket that's not open, and a cafe at the bottom of the site here. And this is the other entrance. There's 2 entrances to the beach, and so we're obviously going back up the other one. Over there, look, super meerkat, as we call it, supermarket, Keto. Bar and the cafeteria at the bottom there, look. I think it'll be opening in another month or so. See if we can get back in this entrance. Looking back towards the beach, of course, where we've just walked. Doesn't look like it's open. Oh dear. Is it? Oh no. Let's just see. Yeah, brings you out at the opposite end to where we went down and by all these chalets. Beyond the cement mixer is the beach, and they brought their own sand. Kiddies playground, and then another slope that goes down to I think down to another playground, down to the back of the supermarket. take you through. Oh, this is where we are. And back to our Billy. Well, I hope you've enjoyed your walk on the beach and a quick look around the campsite. Our neighbour getting some sun across the road. There's some little gardens beyond these chalets, like a big garden area, which I said that we could go and sit in there if we didn't have any sunlight, but seemed to manage all right. Hope you enjoyed your walk on the beach. A few steps for me for a change, and we'll catch you again soon. Bye now.